Welcome everybody to Tuesday night street stock action here at South Boston. We're going to be running the Rick is leaving for a week 50. Rick Hammond Jr. not going to be with us for an entire week. Should be pretty exciting lap times. Should be pretty exciting racing. Corner banking here at South Boston, 12 degrees. Straight banking, 10 degrees. You got 360 feet to lay your claim on the front or back stretch. Meanwhile, the track is 45 feet wide all around. Plenty of room to race. Let's see how they can do it tonight. I see somebody's watching. If you could just let me know if my sound's coming up over the cars or too loud, too quiet. You let me know. Looks like we are going to have a pretty full field out there tonight. So far I'm showing 18 drivers. 18 drivers are going to be taking the green tonight, I hope. Right now, we've got Troy Radford sitting up front. Chase Offord, second. Dustin Covington, third on the speed charts. JP, Justin Pinnell, Adam Lambert taking up your top five, or as we'll call him, Wilbur Lambert. That's Rick Greenaway, still getting used to his new wheel. Check in on Chris Mefford. He's been having a pretty good last week or so. And there's Troy right there. He's, again, top of the speed chart. Looking to have a good night. He finished third last week, so he's hoping to do a little bit better tonight. Maybe land himself a first place finish. And we'll check in on last week's winner, Chris Mefford. Chris led 11 laps last week. Average lap of 19.809. Last week we were at Southern National. Today's Southern Boston. I don't. Again, if you're watching, if you could just let me know if the sounds are okay. I can turn them up, turn them down. I move my sliders all the time, so it's hard to remember where they were. Looks like a little demolition derby there. Going into turn one. And as practice starts to wind down, we're going to step away to get ready for the race. We'll see you on the other side of qualifying. And welcome back to qualifying, everybody. Again, my name is Chris. I am up in the booth tonight, normally a Wednesday night driver. We are right in the throes of our qualifying. And right now, looks like Rhett Tucker is up front, followed by Jimmy Crabtree and Dustin Covington. Craig Covington is in fourth. Chase Sofford looking like he's going to start in the top five. Should be a very fun race to watch tonight. Looks like we've got a couple of people maybe not qualifying, wanting to start in the back, try and save their equipment. We do have a lot of drivers that look like they're going to be trying to start this race, up to 20 it looks like. Could really keep us on our toes on this little track. Let's see if we can pick anybody else up here. That's a nice looking little car right there, driven by Chip Disharon. Okay. Yep, looks like qualifying is done. Oh, maybe Chip's going to take another run at it. Guess he wanted me to see the whole thing. Let's see what kind of RPM we're pulling out of these cars. Just under 7,000 RPM off in the straightaways. I expect that to drop a little bit as the track gets a little bit of rubber on it. And again, guys, if you are watching the stream, if you could just let me know how the audio sounds. Cars sound okay. My voice sounds as good as it's going to get. That'd be great. Yeah, it looks like Chip is going to qualify in the 8th position. So maybe it paid off to wait. And hopefully we're going to see some really good action tonight, like I said. And hopefully we see them gridding up pretty soon. Again, there is banking on the corners, on the straightaways, so it's banked all the way around, only 45 feet wide. Going 3 wide, probably not the best idea on this track, although I guess there's enough room. Somebody's definitely going to lose out if they try. And it looks like we are getting ready to grid. So we got Troy Radford, as I said, starting in the 1st position. Pat Smith, Fat Pat McSwain, starting in 2nd position. Don't know where he pulled that out of, but awesome qualifying for him. Jason Perry, Steven Mazzelli, your 3 and 4 cars. Brian Bizzell taking home top 5. Rhett Tucker pushed all the way back to 6th. Spencer Sofford, I believe this is his 1st week racing with us, starting in 7th. Adam Lambert, that lead singer of Queen, starting 8th. Chase Sofford bringing in 9th. Rick Greenaway, your top 10. We look through the rest of the field. Dustin Covington, Justin Pinnell, JP, Travis Zudema. Travis, I know I'm butchering your name. You got to make that up to me at some point, bud. Stephen Massery bringing 14th. Chris Mefford, Jimmy Crabtree, your 15th and 16th. Craig Covington, David Sutton, 17 and 18. Brennan Dorsett, Chip Disharon, bringing up the rear. 20 cars, 50 laps, all to say goodbye to Rick for a week. This should be exciting. That is a lot of cars on this track. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of action going on. I'll try my best to keep up with it. If I miss something, I'm sorry. Great news for all the people that watched last week. I figured out how to do replays. So I'll be able to do replays, although I don't have a really cool little graphic for it yet. So I got to work on that. Here we go. Field's moving. Let's see what we got for weather tonight here at South Boston. It looks like air temperature is 83. Track temperature is going to go up, 90% humidity. That might make them a little slippery, which they need. These cars are running tight, if they're anything like they were on practice last night. Pace car will run 2 laps, and then we're going to get started. Take it right up to your leader. Some reason Troy is showing as a leader. Well, hopefully that straightens itself out. I don't know what's going on there. Rhett Tucker is actually the leader, so there we go. Here's what Rhett sees. And if he's looking in his rearview mirror, he's going to have all kinds of action going on. These cars are moving. Trying to keep up with the action tonight is going to be very difficult, I can tell already. Oh, shot from the grandstands and back into the infield. I'll tell you what, these guys have gone single file, which is really going to make this a very quick race. Rhett Tucker is absolutely pulling away. Followed by Jimmy Crabtree. Dustin Covington, a good fight for second. Oh, we got something going on back here. Let's see if we can figure out what happened there. Oh, no, they stay green. We'll figure it out later. I want to say that might have been Chase Sofford that had that little problem there. I'm going to check in with our admins here, see how they're racing tonight. We got Pat Smith, Fat Pat McSwain running in, it looks like 10th place. We'll just drop that down right there and make sure. Yes, sir, we're running in 10th place for Pat. Andy Lambert running in 12th position right now. And Rick Greenaway running in the 16th position. Looks like we have 2 cars that did not start. So we only have 18 cars out there. 18 cars started the race. Check in again on your leader. Again, not too much around him right now. If he keeps going the way he's going, it's not going to be too long before we start seeing some lap cars become part of the equation. Chris Mefford in the 44 is trying to make something happen. Mefford's running a slightly higher line. Trying to keep that engine revved up. Once you lose a little bit on this motor, it takes about half a lap to get it back sometimes. Somebody up ahead scraped the wall, but no big deal. He kept going. Good fights all around on this track. It's hard to know where to look. Looks like Andy Lambert might have run into some problems. He's falling back. Nice shot of that battle. Looks like Pat finally cleared him for the spot. And he's looking for more. David Sutton, look out. Here comes Pat Smith on your inside. And yeah, it looks like Justin Pinnell is starting to stick his nose in. All kinds of action right there. Oh, we had one into the wall. That might bring out our first caution. So far, no. It's Jason Perry trying very hard to get out of that last place position. Oh, little contact with the one car right there. Steve Mazzelli. Looks like Spencer had a little word. Spencer Sauford, the old Valvoline car. Check in with Craig Covington. Got a lot of new drivers this week, trying to learn their names, trying to learn their numbers. There's Travis in the 3 MS car. Him and Rick Hammond Jr. carrying the same sponsor. Go up to Jimmy Crabtree, currently in second place, and Chip Disheron is all over his bumper while trying to protect that position. Chris Mefford's right behind. Oh, we have yellow. We have a yellow flag. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Looks like a little damage on Greenaway's car. Spencer's front end has seen better days. These guys do have one fast repair that they can use. So hopefully any damage that's out there can get cleared up. Rhett Tucker was not happy about seeing that caution. He was pulling away. Nobody was going to touch him. Now they all get to line up and try again. Nearly half the race it took, but we finally got a caution. And Rhett is forced to stay out. He's not coming in. I don't think any of your front runners are going to. So far, Rhett Tucker's led 29 of the 50. The pace car lights have turned off. That means we're getting ready to go back to green. We'll keep it with the leader here for a moment. Let you see what he sees behind him. Great start for the 99 car. He takes over the lead. The 9 car, Chip, he's pushing in for second. 83, Jimmy Crabtree's trying to hold on. It'll be interesting to see if that high line will pull off. Chris Mefford just took a little slide. He's going to fall back. Troy Radford, he's sneaking his nose in. All the while, Rhett Tucker's pulling away, saying, "Na na 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 na, you can't catch me." Troy Radford says, "I might have something to say about that," as he takes over the 3rd spot. And Chris Mefford, he's looking to follow him through the hole, looking for 4th. The 83, Jimmy Crabtree, is starting to fall back. That outside line is not where he likes to be. Oh, and they get into it up front. Oh, we saw that one live. Oh, that's all kinds of bad. It just piles right up. There's not a lot of room on this track. 45 feet wide, like I said before. We've got all kinds of damaged machines out there. Most of your front runners just absolutely took it right there. Meanwhile, Troy Radford, he got away from it pretty scot clean, I believe. Let's take a look at his front end. Yeah, he's pretty clean. That changes the whole race. Rhett Tucker's coming into the pits. Andy Lambert's going to move into the 2nd spot. Travis Zudema, he was a top 10 car. Now he's sitting in 3rd. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage on that left front. Short track racing. Probably won't affect a thing unless it's steering. Stephen Massey, he sneaked his way into the top 5. And David Sutton is your 5th place car. Patrick Smith sitting in 6th. Car doesn't look too bad, although he does have a little bit of damage there from that accident. Spencer Sauford moved himself up to 7th. Rick Greenaway, lots of damage on that left front. Hood's pushed in. Great looking short track car. Dustin Covington sitting in 9th. Craig Covington, I want to know what the relationship is there. Brothers, maybe? A little damage to the front end there, not a big deal. Rhett Tucker with that accident all the way back to 11th. You can probably see the steam coming out of his helmet as he knows he doesn't have a long way to go before this race is going to be done. 13 laps, in fact, before this one's done. Take a look at the Jason Perry car. The number 61. Steven Mezzarelli. And the 01. He must use his fast repair. And JP, Justin Pinnell, he's a little beat up. So, all in all, just good short track racing. Keep it here for the start. Looks like they're getting ready to go. Leader controls the start of this one. Troy Radford, it's all you. And here we go. Andy didn't get the start he was looking for. Travis is going to try and hold that inside line. Looks like that front end damage might be affecting that steering a little bit as he goes to the outside and Andy comes into second place down on the low line. The real low line, using that apron to get a little extra turn going. And Travis is just falling back. That damage is definitely doing something to that car that he doesn't like. Pat Smith letting it roll through the corners the way you ought to. And apparently we are yellow again, and I completely missed it. This is going to be a shootout at the end. What's it going to be? 4 or 5 laps? Probably 4. Going to finish up a pretty wild night here at South Boston. Troy Radford and Andy Lambert going to be on the front row looking to get something done. Hopefully not taking each other out. David Sutton sitting back in third going, come on, boys, take each other out. Find the wall. It's fine by me. Travis, I don't know if his car is just not handling right, if that damage really is causing a problem. Fell back to fourth on that restart. You know who's loving this race? That man right there, Rick Greenaway. Got himself a new wheel. Got himself some new pedals. Got himself a new video card. He says, you know what, boys? I do know how to drive, and I'm going to show you with a nice top 10 run so far. Troy Radford had a third place finish last week. He's really looking to improve on that. Hoping for a win. Hoping to finish the race. And here we go. Good jump on Andy. But Andy was more ready this time. David Sutton's holding on to the inside. Andy has no place to go except for out. And that worked just fine for him. He comes down in the second place on the inside. He's going to be chasing Troy Radford now for the win. Oh, Rick Greenaway fell back to 12th on that start. Hopefully nothing too wrong. Maybe he can try and pick one back up. We'll go right back to the lead now. 61 car pulls down off of the side. Let these boys go. Thank you very much, Jason Perry, says Troy. I'm out of here. Andy Lambert's trying to catch him, trying to reel him in. Sticks a nose under. Last lap. This is it for the win. And that is that. Troy Radford, again, finishes third last week. Follows it up with a first place win this week. Congratulations to Troy. Congratulations to Andy. Great race. So let's look at some results here. We got Troy Radford, Andy Lambert, David Sutton, Steve Massey, Travis Sudema, top 5. Dustin Covington, Spencer Sauford, Pat Smith with a solid top 10. Craig Covington and JP. Justin Pinnell round out your top 10. A little further back, Rhett Tucker was able to bring it back up to 11th. Rick Greenaway fell back to 12th. Jason Perry with a 13th place finish. Jimmy Crabtree 14th. Steve Mazzelli. Sorry, Steve. 15th. Chris Mefford, Chase Sauford, Chip Dishrun. And those were the guys that actually ran. Brandon and Brian, their cars must have blown up in the pits because they never came out. Congratulations to the winner once again, Troy Radford. I think he's getting ready to burn the house down. Taking that car around, trying not to get hit after the race. And here he goes. He says, no burnout for me. I'm going to be back next week. Same tires. I'll still win. All right. Let's see if we can get Troy up here, if he's in TeamSpeak. Yes, he is. We'll bring him right up and give him a talking to. Troy, it's Chris in the booth. Can you hear me? Troy in TeamSpeak. Can you hear me? Oh, he's trying to talk to me in game. I can't hear him in game. Troy, do you have TeamSpeak voice or no? And I'm going to have to say he does not. Troy, we'll keep you up here. If you end up having your TeamSpeak voice working, you let me know. We'll bring second place finisher Andy. Andy Lambert. Oh, Troy, are you with us again? Yeah, we'll try it one more time. Troy, this is Chris up in the booth. Can you hear me? All right, a little technical difficulties. We're going to bring Andy Lambert, second place finisher, up. Andy Lambert, Chris up in the booth. Can you got a copy?
Yes, I do, Chris. How are you?
Doing well. Tell me about your race.
Well, I had a little glitch in qualifying, and my times weren't accepted. So I
User
started
disconnected from
16th,
your
and I was
channel.
just planning on riding around and biding my time because there's no quick fix. Um, but I had a fast car, and I worked my way up through. That wreck there was a little scary, but I managed to work my way through there and find a little hole to get through, and just tried to chase down Troy at the end. Is it Troy, the 94 car at the end? Really didn't really have anything for him unless I threw a Hail Mary, and I wasn't going to wreck both of us. So I'll take second for tonight.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thought because the way these cars were looking, they looked like they were a little squirrely. Just the slightest tap would have taken you out.
Yeah, once the tires heated up and the rubber came in, you could really kind of control the sliding, and it would hook up there for a little bit if you got a good run.
That's awesome. Anybody you want to thank tonight, Andy?
Oh yeah, thank my family for letting me do this, and Chris and Rick and everybody, Patrick, everybody that worked so hard at Racing for a Cause for putting this on, and the Children's Miracle Network is a good network that I like to raise awareness for. So that's about it for tonight.
That's awesome, man. All right, bud. I'll put you back down so you can talk with the rest of the racers. Have yourself a good night.
All right, thanks, Chris.
We'll try it one more time. Troy, this is Chris up in the booth. You got a copy? Okay. Still no copy. Hey, he's having mic difficulties, it looks like. All right. Yeah, we're gonna grab. Let's see, who are we gonna grab? Yeah, we'll grab Rick Greenaway. See how his race went.
Oh, that's funny.
Rick Greenaway. Chris, up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, Chris?
Hey, bud. I saw you up in the top 10. What happened at the end?
I missed the shift and cost me the top 10 finish.
Oh no, that new setup that you got bit you in the butt a little bit, huh?
Yeah, should make sure that you're pressing the clutch and not the brake when you're going to shift.
Yes, that would explain it. Otherwise, how was the race tonight? You feel good?
It was a good race. Number 24 got there site pick. Street stock was stout tonight. Bad qualifying, but got it like you said, got up to the top 10. I was really happy with the performance. Solid points night. We'll take that.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad to see you had a pretty good night. Definitely was a points night for sure. With all the cars starting, it should help you out quite a bit.
Yeah, no, it was a good night. I'll take it, and we'll go from here, build for next week, and be happy.
Perfect. All right, Rick, you have yourself a good one.
Thank you. Thanks everybody out there watching us.
And I think that's gonna just about do it. We'll give Troy one more time. Troy, you got a copy? Well, I don't know what's going on with his mic. I feel bad for him. He wins the race. The race is hard, and I can't interview him at the end. Good racing with you, Troy. And I guess that's going to wrap it up here at Southern National. Have a good night, everybody.